a horrifying outcome, a story that will make your blood run cold. This is a story from the evening of August 23, 2025, when a quiet town near Mysore witnessed a horrifying incident that sent shockwaves across the entire country. On that day, everything was normal. Children were playing cricket in the streets, and shops were closing. But no one knew that on that very evening a terrible tragedy would unfold. A man approached the reception desk of a lodge, his voice filled with panic. "Brother, my room isn't opening. My wife is locked inside, and there's no sound from within." The staff initially thought it was a minor issue, but they were intrigued. They took out their master key and went to open the door. The moment the door opened, everyone was stunned. In the middle of the room, a 22-year-old girl lay lifeless on the bed. Her face was completely gone. The floor was covered in blood, the air smelled of gunpowder, and there were scorch marks on the walls. At first, everyone suspected a mobile phone blast, but as the investigation progressed, the suspicions deepened. It was starting to look less like an accident and more like a premeditated crime. The girl was identified as Rakshita, also known as Darshita. A story that started with love and ended in murder. The lodge was not a big fancy hotel, but a simple place where travelers and couples often stayed. On the evening of August 23rd, a new couple checked in. The man registered as Sid Raju, 28, and the woman as Darshita, 22. Raju claimed they were husband and wife. They seemed like any ordinary couple, so no one suspected anything. However, Darshita seemed unusually quiet. The next day, August 24th, the story took a turn. In the morning, Raju left the room, saying he was going to get food. His behavior was completely normal. When he returned, he rushed to the reception desk, looking terrified. "My wife isn't opening the door," he said. When the staff used the master key to open the door, everyone froze. The floor was stained with blood, and Darshita's body was on the bed. Her hands and feet were tied with her own clothes, and her face was gone. The lodge staff immediately called the police. The Mysore police arrived and were also shocked, saying they had never seen such a gruesome case in their entire careers. The police questioned Raju. He insisted it was a mobile phone blast, but the police were suspicious. They called in a forensic team. The forensic examination revealed a 2-meter-long wire and pieces of an explosive device in the room. The report confirmed that this was not an accident, but a planned blast. A dark secret and a painful truth. The forensic report stated that Darshita's hands and feet were tied before a bomb was placed in her mouth and triggered by a remote control. The explosion was so powerful that it completely obliterated her face. With this evidence, the police immediately took Raju into custody. Initially, Raju stuck to his story about the mobile blast, but the evidence was overwhelming. He finally confessed. He revealed that he and Darshita were childhood friends and deeply in love. However, due to social and family pressures, Darshita was married off to a man from Kerala. After her marriage, she had a child, but she could never forget her old love. Raju couldn't forget her either. When Darshita returned to her parents' house a few months ago, Raju reconnected with her. He invited her to meet, claiming they would visit a temple one last time. Darshita lied to her family, saying she was going to the temple with her friends. She left her child at her parents' house, and on the afternoon of August 23rd, they went to the lodge. When Darshita again refused to leave her husband, Raju executed his horrifying plan. He tied her up, put the explosive in her mouth, and triggered it from the bathroom to avoid getting hit by the blast. After the explosion, he acted normal, went to the reception, and pretended his wife was locked in the room. This story is not just about a murder. It's about the social pressures and circumstances that can push people to commit such horrific acts. When love is denied, relationships turn into obligations, and such stories often lead to tragic endings. You've been watching Murder Gravy 0.7. If you want to hear more real crime stories like this, please like this video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content.